Hi, and welcome to our very first Q&A. We had a couple of questions. One was submitted by Miss Claudia. Hello from Claudia, Jorge, and our 6-month-old Frijol Ini. Frijol is supposedly a mix of Min Pin and Beagle. He barks at anything outside if I leave the window open from the sniff and watch. Thought I was being nice since we can't go outside every minute. I'm not sure what's normal behavior. Like, can I teach him to bark softer, not bark at random people, dress intrusive bad guys? If we are working on a nice leash walk, and he sees a dog or they're barking at him, he'll bark, walk away whining, or won't listen when I'm telling him to heel, then he's all worked up. One day it would be nice to walk away and run without a leash. We do live in Chicago. Thanks for any tips, Claudia and the family. Alright, well thank you, Claudia. This actually I come across a lot. So the barking at the window is territorial behavior, which is normal for dogs. You know, it's like kind of a security measure. However, especially when you have like some kind of beagle mix, beagles. I'm not sure if your beagle does it, but they have like this howling bark, which is it's very recognizable. So, in regards to getting them to bark softer, that's not going to happen. But to not bark at random people can happen. What's happening is, you know, he's at the window, and I know you're trying to be nice by letting him look out the window and all that. However, it's actually working against you because he's in high alert mode, right? So he's just taking it upon himself to say, like, I'm the watchdog of the property, and anytime I see someone walk by, I'm going to bark to let them know that I'm here and not to come on our property, and also to let you know, his family, that there's somebody walking by. However, if you live in Chicago and people are walking by every 10-15 minutes, it can become very annoying. So it is possible to get them to be able to watch outside without barking. It's not that it's difficult, it's just difficult to explain how to do it. Your best bet is actually not to let him bark outside the window. Easiest way, of course, is to prevent any way for him to kind of be able to look out the window. So if you have a couch there that he climbs up and he likes to sit on the back of the couch, maybe trying to move things around. Otherwise, it comes down to claiming space, essentially. So by claiming space, I mean if he jumps up on the couch, you would have to correct him to get him to come off, right? If you watch Cesar Millan, you might see him do that touch with his hand. Similar to that, you want to be firm enough to the point where it stops him and pulls him away from the barking out the window. If he's too escalated, it's going to be difficult for you to do without me or somebody, a professional trainer, showing you how to do it personally. But of course, you could try it. In regards to security, it won't eliminate your security. So if you stop him from barking out the window, you're just simply saying, in this context, I don't need you to be barking every 10 to 15 minutes when someone's walking by. But you'll still get barking if somebody were to knock on your door, or he were to hear some kind of strange sound outside during the night. He would still get barking for that because that's now a different context. In regards to barking outside on a leash, that's again him still being on high alert, right? So his brain is constantly moving. So if a dog barks at him, or if he sees too much activity or too much energy from another dog, I can see that probably pulling out some kind of bark from him. You are on the right track in regards to teaching him how to walk nicely on a leash. However, if you're using food or if you're pulling him a lot, the pulling will just actually make him bark more or create more frustration. The food, if he gets too adrenalized or he's too distracted, of course, is not going to help you. So that's when you want to start looking into either using like a prong collar, I'm not sure how big your dog is, but prong collar, or of course, doing some formal remote training. Because definitely teaching them how to walk appropriately will alleviate that problem. However, please do not buy these tools without the help of some kind of training professional. Okay? Hopefully this answers your question. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to message me personally. On to the next one, and this one actually wasn't a submission, but this one was one that a new client sent me, and it's actually touching upon the last 2 newsletters about obedience versus behavior. Can you explain exactly how strict obedience will help my dog not be suspicious and nervous and then ultimately lashing out. So he was described to me as human aggressive, and when I went to do the consultation, I did not pick that up, although I could see why they would think that. And the thing was, if somebody just came into his space, he would just jump up and lunge or nip, right? Not the same thing as aggression. So if, again, going back to kind of like the last question of Freehold, where he's so worked up that he's just barking and everything, this guy's so worked up and nervous that when somebody just comes into his space, he lashes out, right? And it's more so just him saying, you startled me, keep some distance, right? If it was true aggression, there'd be like a number of bites or serious bites, and it'd be like it'd be a problem, and they wouldn't be able to take him anywhere. He does go to like a dog park or like open area to play with other dogs and stuff. So, and he doesn't go after people. So that would be human aggression, right? Like if you take him somewhere and he's like seeking to bite people, now we're dealing with behavior, right? So I had told her that I would use obedience to actually alleviate the problem. And then the way I responded with this was in the email was, in your case, we know there's an issue, but it's not full blown. If he had attempted to bite and attack on a fairly consistent basis, when I went on the consultation, then we'd have something to work with directly. Even when I tried to provoke through odd behavior and hopping around and just coming into his personal space, he didn't do anything. This tells me his behaviors are more reactionary based. When the brain is focused, it is in a much more passive state. This creates a thinking animal as opposed to a reactionary animal. A dog in an excited state can all of a sudden bite either through nerves or what have you because the brain is overloaded with stimuli. We also have to remember he's a living being that can make his own choices, so it is a good solid obedience paired with good solid leadership from his family that makes for a safe pet. So for him, again, when I came in, he did not try to bite me, even when I put him under pressure. So all he did was give me some kind of awkwardness, and I could see the nervousness. So a guy like him, through discipline, kind of like with Crosby in my last newsletter, where he was reactive based upon his anxiety, that we used good solid obedience to help alleviate, and discipline, to help alleviate that anxiety and that stress and all that reactivity and stuff, and then whatever was left over, we address it directly, right? So same thing in this case. Because if he's not giving me anything to correct or to work with, even if I try to pull it out, like I can't just try to correct them for what may potentially happen. So it's about getting his brain passive through good structured obedience in a manner that he understands, and raising our expectations of him and our standards in regards to like, well, when I say this, you do this, and then you don't move. So if I tell him to lay down for 2 hours, he doesn't move for 2 hours, right? I want that level of discipline. When you have that level of focus and discipline, the brain is no longer reactionary in a moment's notice. Like, if someone just comes into his space, he's not just sitting there like all worked up, and then someone just comes and startles him. He's sitting there, he's cool, he's relaxed, he's chilling out. Somebody comes into space like, oh yeah, who are you? And it's not just like, boom, I'm gonna nip you, right? Not to say that it can't ever happen. There's lots of variables and things like that. But of course, it's raising our expectations of him, but also as an owner, making sure that we are aware of what's going on and advocating for him if needed, right? So if I have a dog that I know is kind of nervous and he's well trained and he's not seeking out to do harm to people, and someone just comes and like wants to pet him, I stop him and I say no. You might seem like a jerk or whatever, it doesn't matter, it's your dog. And of course, if all of a sudden he bites or nips at the person and then the person gets all worked up because the dog's not friendly, and it's like, no. You came into my dog's space, my dog does not know you, it's not your right to pet my dog, blah, 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 blah. So, you can always control the situation yourself, and this actually helps the dog relax a bit more, because then he doesn't have to feel like he's under so much pressure. If he was a case that was biting consistently and giving me something to work with, then it would be behavior, paired with, of course, obedience. Because obedience is always there, it's just never the first and foremost thing that I'm working on in regards to actual behavior cases, right? So those are our 2 submissions for this week's FAQ, or not FAQ, Q&A. Sorry, I was doing a lot of FAQ videos earlier. Q&A. So please, if you do have any other questions, feel free to submit any dog-related question, whether it's nutrition, dog training, dog behavior, what have you, and I may make this into a daily series, but as of right now, it is every first Friday of the month. And I believe that wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for reading newsletter. Please share. Let's help Foreman get adopted and find his foster home. And see you next time.